Live?
Yeah, we're on already, yeah. Cool. Don't even know what to say.
You know it's actually being so long,
Yeah.
you know what
I know, he's just trying to find something new to say. We're here again, guys. Unscripted.
Yes, people, we're back.
Once again. Hope everyone's well.
Yep.
Everyone's safe.
It's been a minute. It's actually been a minute.
Yeah.
It's just actually mad. What? First 3 months of the year actually done.
Yeah, honestly, the first quarter has finished.
First quarter is actually finished. I can't believe it. I feel like I've only stepped out of my house like twice.
Honestly.
Where's the world coming to?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we can only look forward to better times.
Yeah.
The restrictions are starting to lift slowly. Now we can go and play football.
Yeah.
I played football on Wednesday.
Okay.
I played football on Wednesday. It was interesting. I've been going to the park anyway and be doing drills, so I was okay. But some people, oh my god, the touch was bleeding.
Seriously?
The fitness, I saw some people after 10 minutes, hands on the knees like that. What? Nah, it was interesting.
Oh man. Do you know what's funny? Yeah, I actually heard two stories. Well, from my missus, she knew a friend that was hosting a party.
Yeah.
And the party got raided by police.
Seriously.
Funny, people were running into the kitchen, running out in the bedrooms, everything running. And the police just came in, wants to know, like, basically wants to fine, innit? Wants to slap a fine on people.
Wow.
But they just were lenient and just let it slide.
Oh, thank you, officer. I was that 10 grand fine.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But then even recently, I don't think she mind me saying it anyway, but even recently, she went to someone's...
Allegedly. Everything's alleged.
Yeah, allegedly. That's the right word to use. There was a bridal shower.
Yeah.
And so she went there, but because it's not obviously something she organized or was just invited, she didn't know how many people were going to turn up.
Okay.
So 5 people turned up, cool. 10 people. And then she noticed that, wow, there's quite a few people coming now, innit? Then it became like 30 man or girls, 30 man turn up. She's like, this is a bit much. And the police come knocking.
Oh,
the police come knocking.
Wait, were they playing music like loud?
Women are loud anyway. If it's not music, they're even speaking. Even if they're speaking or shouting, it's loud. So apparently the police wanted to slap a 10k fine. The 10k fine. Don't know still if that was for everyone or just the household.
It's gonna be the household.
Yeah.
If I went to an event and they got fired 10k, I'm sorry. You invited me. I'm not gonna open the money out of my pocket. I'm sorry.
That's exactly what she said as well.
It's true. I'm sorry. Maybe I might give you £10. I'm sorry. I don't know you want me to do.
No, that's mad.
I think we're gonna split the bill evenly. I'm sorry.
That's mad. So, so then the police wanted to find out how many people were in the house.
Yeah.
So that when eventually they were lenient again and let everyone walk out, they wanted to match the number to every person that was also walking out of the house.
Wow.
But they brought down the fine to 800, so he slapped the £800 in the household. But the people, the sisters, whatever, that lived in the house, tried to basically get everyone there to say, okay, everyone chip in £30, everyone chip in £50.
I'm sorry.
Thinking, most of them
is, it's a bit mad. Like, the nice thing to do, I probably would chip in, but you can't ask at the same time. I don't think you should ask because, again, you should have specified the rules. You should have controlled it. You should have controlled the noise and all that kind of stuff.
Apparently, as well, they knew that their neighbors were those kind of inner people too. So that makes it look worse.
Yeah.
So you knew that, and you even went to invite so many people.
You see that? You hold the L. I'm sorry, hold it. You have to carry that L, and you invite that many people. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Like even me, in our house, we did a surprise allegedly. Maybe we didn't. Maybe I'm talking about the future. Honestly, actually pre-lockdown, innit? We did a surprise thing for my brother's birthday last weekend, and Yeah, we had quite a few people around the house here because we wanted like all like of his friends and everyone to. Well, not everybody, but we wanted it to be overwhelming. That when he walks in the room, he's like, "Wow, I was not expecting this." So we still managed to make it happen. Yeah, but we were obviously aware that there are quite a few people coming. So we took the necessary steps to make sure that the noise didn't go too much. People weren't getting too excited. Everybody relaxed, stay calm. If anyone was having a conversation that's too loud, just take time, my brother. Just it's all right. It's a little good. Not too loud music.
Yeah. It could work out. It could work. I could never see myself being embarrassed, like that. Not just in my own house, but even in that kind of vicinity where the police wants to find me. You want to try find me? Make guy, what you talking about?
For real.
Find me.
Yeah, even some of these officers are bored, man, because I've actually just been seeing so many. Every time I go to the park and I just see them just walking around. They're just walking.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what? Like, yeah, I don't know what they're looking for. It just looks like they're just looking for trouble, just looking for something to do. But I guess they're just bored, man.
It's a joke, man.
But yeah, talking of boredom, I feel like people are just bored in their houses, and cancel culture for me, where I know we've spoken about, we talked about this before, but like I feel like even during this whole lockdown phase, like there's been more people even getting cancelled or more people trying to cancel more people. I feel people are just bored, I feel like people are actually just bored, and they're just looking. Let me just go all the way back to somebody's tweet and see what they're saying and come back and come and destroy them. It's mad. I'll give you some examples. So the most recent one, and I'll say the probably biggest person, they tried to cancel KSI, and I'll give you some backstory on it as well.
Yeah.
So he was actually dropping a track with someone, and this person, I feel like he's part of the. No, I feel he's come out to say that he's part of the LBGT community, and then some people started attacking KSI. I was like, oh yeah, this guy, you're what do you call it? You're transphobic and all of this kind of stuff like that. Yeah, bearing in mind that this guy that he made the track with is an advocate for all of that kind of stuff. So they're trying to say that KSI. So, number one, I'm like, wait, number one, he's making a song with somebody that is part of that crowd, and you're saying that he's transphobic or whatever. You're trying to label him and try to cancel him as if he's a bad person or something like that. I'm just like, wait, make it even make sense. So why would he be working with somebody if he was transphobic or whatever? I mean, you could say that he might not agree with something or whatever, but to say that he now incites hate on that person, that's what transphobic and all those things mean, based on how they are. And they tried cancelling him, they were blasting him on Twitter to the extent that he now decided to jump off Twitter and he made a statement saying that, you guys are just like bad vibes and stuff like that. And there's been plenty other examples that people like, I think there were weeks before as well, they tried to get up some of Santan Dave's old tweets and stuff like that, try cancelling him as well. And it's just becoming a bit mad now. Like, what's your thoughts on cancel culture anyway?
Bro, I think that kind of in like when we touched on it a while before, I think that if someone has made a mistake, has put a foot wrong, in the past, they should be given like some. If they've recognized that they've put the foot wrong as well, they should be given some leeway to learn. But I think like in our culture with canceling people are just too. They're just too fast, and the intention most of the time is not for education. It's not for learning.
That's the thing.
It's just to cancel someone and throw someone under the bus.
And that's my biggest problem.
And that doesn't help anyone.
Exactly. It's not for learning. It's not for education. It's nothing like that. It's just to throw someone under the bus. Like someone put out this brilliant example, and I was like, no, this is a fantastic example. So you know how the world is leaning to more like cleaner energy resources and stuff like that. Like cars are becoming electric and all of this kind of stuff. So I'm guessing like in the future, near future, most cars are going to be electric and we're trying to get rid of petrol using cars and all of that. That's like somebody now, when we've got this generation where everyone is using electric cars, now coming and say, oh wait, Shegs used to drive 10 years ago. Shegs used to drive a petrol car. Let's cancel him.
And now he's an advocate of electric
Yeah.
rubbish.
Do you know how?
Yeah, it
do you know how
stupid.
it actually sounds stupid?
It sounds
It
very
actually
stupid.
sounds stupid. It sounds stupid, and yeah, you made a fantastic point. A lot of the time, like the agenda behind it, or the reason for actual canceling is not it's not beneficial to anyone. It's not beneficial. It's just really just trying to destroy someone.
Pretty much. Nah, 100%, you know, and it's sad. It's very sad, to be honest, because that's like the people with that kind of intention and do that stuff. It's kind of hypocritical as well, because assuming everyone is human, you made mistakes in your past. It's just that it's not in the public eye for people also to do the same to you too. So yeah, I think it's just stupid. It's stupid. Like, who does that help?
Who does it actually help? Who does it actually?
And I think it all leads again to clout chasing, isn't it? In some way, or shape or form.
It actually is. It actually is. It actually is. I might have to just jump on the whole social media thing as well, but because it's actually just very toxic. And then my problem is as well, now the people that I do believe that should be cancelled don't get cancelled.
That's what happens.
There's even an example of somebody that I don't care. I feel like this person should be cancelled. Well, maybe not even cancelled, but should answer for their crimes against humanity. Lil Nas X has come out. Number one, he had a very, very controversial music video, which I'm not going to talk about, since the person he says that he makes music for kids.
Yeah.
He said he makes music for kids, and if you see that video,
you know, ever since what's that? What's that? Obviously, there was Old Town Road. There was another song that was popping.
Yeah, I can't even remember the name. You know, I can't remember the name, but I feel like I know what you're talking about.
I need to find that quickly because there was another song alongside Old Town Road that was popping as well, but it had a music video that was kind of funky.
Yeah.
Panini.
Oh, Panini.
Yeah, Panini. I already knew something already crazy. But yeah, carry on. Sorry.
So he's now come out with a very interesting music video.
Controversial
to say, yeah. And alongside that, decided to work with a brand, and the name of the brand is actually their customizers, and the brand name is actually called Mischief. So they're always up to no good.
I guess so. It makes sense. It makes sense.
So they've now put out a shoe, and again, I'm gonna stress that this has no relation with the Nike, and I'll expand on that as well. Put out a shoe that is a custom of an MX 97, and the actual air bubbles filled with red liquid, which is made out of ink and 1 drop of blood, human blood. It also features 666, and there's 666 pairs, and it also has a pentagram on it. Now, for me, I always find these kind of things interesting, because now he's now come out to say that this is basically because he's had traumatic experiences in the church and stuff like that.
What does that have to do?
Do you know what I mean?
Anyway,
I always find when I hear people say this kind of stuff, I find it very, very interesting. Okay, fair enough. If you've had traumatic experience with the church, number one, people need to realize that a church, despite the fact that everyone is saying that they're of this faith or whatever, the church is still run by people as well.
Yeah, so exactly.
I don't see any church that will say that they're perfect. Number one, because for me, if a church is trying to say that they're perfect, then that's a no-no. Anyway, cancel that one. So these are all human people, So humans, they make mistakes and stuff like that. So when people are always trying to bash churches or stuff like that, I'm like, look into the church. Don't cancel the faith or try and say something about the faith, because there's individuals running the church. And then even if you've had a personal experience, okay, even if you don't want to even go and follow Christianity or whatever, then go and do your own thing. Why do you need to constantly come back and basically try and just, like, I don't even know, try and just kind of go against, and I don't even know how to even put it. It's like, for example, again, one of my boys also gave this example as well, It's like, think about this. Let's say, like, the Bible says, you can't have sex before marriage. And then you're also against that rule that you're going to have sex before marriage, And then, in fact, go inside the church and have sex in the church. That's basically what it is. Like, if you're gonna do it, then you do what you're going to do.
I know what you mean.
That's
I know.
it.
I get
it's
it.
like you're trying to prove a point so much that you want to go and then.
Yeah.
It's a bit mad for me. And for me, like, again, it just highlights this society. Why do we chase controversy so much? So much. Why is it that the negative stuff always sells so much? Controversy sells. Just clout chasing in general sells. It's weird. It's weird.
It's weird. Man, there are so many words in the dictionary in anyone's vocabulary to kind of describe it, and it's just really, I think it's just really sad, because like, again, going back to I know I don't sound like a broken record, but going back to like, who does it better, if we talk about world peace, togetherness, unity, but if you look at culture and society, we're doing all the opposites.
For real.
We're
actually doing all the opposites.
All the opposites. And most of us, I just say us because it's the human race. Yeah. We're very hypocritical. We're very, very hypocritical.
Definitely.
Like you said as well, like, even in his case, Lil Nas, like, okay, cool, you're not happy about a situation. That doesn't mean that, you go and you go and then shoot yourself in the foot, like, okay, not literally, but you go and shoot yourself in the foot by doing something completely on the polar opposite. Yeah. And then some people, I don't know, man.
And you know what? The scary thing is that there's so many people that will also come and support it and stuff like that. Because I was seeing comments now, people are saying, "Oh yeah, I can understand where he's coming from" and stuff like that. Wait, so you can understand having a drop of human blood inside the street? It actually doesn't make sense. I feel like people are actually so confused, and I feel like
that's what it is.
People are actually sheep. There's so many sheep, Go on any of these kind of blog pages or whatever, you actually see that there's so many sheep. Like so many people just want to follow whatever is. They don't want to do no research or think about stuff themselves. It's just whatever. Okay, this person has put this on the table. Oh, actually, this actually makes sense. Instead of actually going to go and do their own research and basically conduct their own studies to see whether the thing is true or not.
No, 100%. And that, again, going back again to the clout, that's, people don't want to look at the facts. They just want to just jump on something straight. It looks juicy, just like journalists.
That's it.
Journalism. Yeah. It looks juicy. It looks interesting. Let's just talk about it. Let's not do any background research because that makes too much sense. That makes too much sense. That's too. I'm 100% sure. That's overrated. That's overrated.
That's the thought process. In the board meetings, the Daily Mail, they're just swinging on the chair. God, too much research into it. Just come up with a cheeky headline, and that's it.
Oh man,
it's weird, man. It's weird times that we're actually living in. But
honestly,
Nike have actually come through and basically washed their hands off anything to do with that, and they've actually opened up a legal battle against Mischief as a company, and basically said that basically put out a cease and desist, so all the players need to be destroyed and stuff like that. Nike will obviously win that battle, but then again, even people have now come back to say, oh, what about all the other shoe customizers as well that do stuff? Number one is very, very different, because if now I customize a shoe and I don't know, let's say I put like Michael Jordan's face on it or something like that, how is that harmful for the brand? If now I put 666,
yeah.
Like again, people
don't know. I mean, come on, with the level of also attention that Lil Nas has, and with the kind of message this kind of thing portrays, come on. I mean, as a brand, you can't. For example, I don't know, with all the resources and money you might have, you can't, you can't go and investigate every single infringement, You kind of need to pick your battles as well. Come on, like, some people, man, I don't get it.
Yeah, for real, man.
I really don't get it, man. I really don't get it. And some people who are also cancelling people in the culture, you should look yourself in the mirror as well. Maybe you need to cancel yourself too.
For real.
Maybe you need to cancel yourself.
For real, because listen, all these cancel culture people, I'm going to go and start looking at your tweets as well. Because for me, if I go and look at your profile, I can see that you've been on Twitter since 2010. But I only see tweets from 2016. I know you've deleted something. Why did you delete it? Show us what was there. Because for me, again, yeah, with the for me, yeah, a lot of like these statements and things there that people are like cancelling people over, yeah, I feel like it was just a reflection of the time. I feel like it was a reflection of the time, and as you would see with most of the people that are being cancelled and whatever, or being accused of such things, they haven't shown that characteristic in how long, which is definitely showing that this was basically what was at the time. I always use this example, fam. On social media social media back then was basically a reflection of what was going down in the playground in school. You will cuss someone out and say whatever you can say to that person to make that person to basically get one up on that person. And that was the same thing that was happening on social media. So the way words were used back then, that was just the nature of the time.
Yeah.
So now for you to now go back then and say, oh yeah, I'm going to bring that now to this present world, even though I haven't seen you show any characteristics of having these opinions or doing anything, and now cancel you based on that, that's a bit mad to me.
Yeah.
That's a bit wild.
The only time where I can kind of think of where it would make sense to bring something from the past is if someone, you know, is like a politician running for, you know, running a race to, I don't know, become mayor, prime minister, whatever, and there's a bit of controversy of what was said before and what they are now. But even apart from that aspect, in a manner of, you know, bringing conversation as to what was your thought process now, you know, do you realize this was wrong?
Yeah.
Like, how is your thinking now, and what can you tell people who are thinking or, you know, are doing the same thing? Not to, you know, just to bring it up, just basically
just to destroy somebody. That's it.
Man. Man.
But yeah, again, even speaking of cancel culture, there's been so much stuff, interesting stuff that's been happening.
But the last thing regarding cancel culture, it's kind of related to another conversation we had, I think, in the last episode, was do you think with, you know, the policing on these social media platforms, do you think that they have a part to play in some of some of the cancel culture stuff? Because it's on their platforms. Yeah. Obviously, they're thriving because people are jumping on it, things are going viral, whatever.
I mean, for me, my opinions on policing social media is weird, because I feel like it's easy to say, but it's very, very hard to do, because again, everything stems or goes back to the reason why people use social media. Social media, well, in essence, was meant to be some kind of virtual interactive world. So I can take myself out of reality, and basically go on social media, and basically you still be yourself, but like it's different from normal society kind of thing. Now, the moment that you now start to try and police it as well, then you're removing that sense of it being virtual, and you're making it reality now. So you're giving everything that is said there, you're giving it life, kind of thing. And I feel like that takes away from social media, and I feel like that even then enhances problems, like when it brings up the whole issue of like mental health and social media. Because if now you're trying to show everything on social media as being real, then people are gonna see everything on social media and take it as that. But then at the same time, something does need to be done, in the sense that people cannot just be getting away with just saying anything with racial abuse or doing anything right now in this current generation. I'm sorry, that is unacceptable.
No, yeah, definitely.
So there has to be some kind of way that it can be done, and I feel like there are ways that they can find out who said this and who said that. But yeah, policing social media is a techie one, man. I think it's not as straightforward as people think.
Yeah. I guess, I think obviously the main responsibility comes down to the people who are doing this cancelling business. Maybe some of these social brands can put out messages here, and again, I don't think people will listen anyway, but I guess just cover it back, just do it for the sake of it. Maybe just put out things like, you know, thinking about people's mental health and stuff like that. But maybe they don't care at the end of the day, innit? So they wouldn't bother.
Get their money up. That's it. Getting the peace.
But it's something I don't think will stop. cancelling culture, cancelling people. Yeah. And I just feel sorry for the people in the public eye as well because they're human like us, but
that's the thing.
They really can't put a foot wrong. Like it's peak.
You actually can't.
It's
actually. If you've got any tweets, any Facebook statuses or whatever from back in the day that you ever gonna check, go and check it. Go and check it. Nobody's safe in these streets.
Well, I just log into my personal Instagram. I don't have a burner account or anything like that. But my personal Instagram, when you log in, like maybe twice a week, because I can't deal with that stuff. In fact, last week when I logged in for the first time that week, it was to see that I saw that Lil Nas thing.
Oh man!
And I was really getting vexed. I was getting vexed.
He logged in,
at the wrong time. Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, man, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And again, all the cancel culture advocates, what I want you guys to do is go and show me your chat history on Facebook. Show me your chat history on BlackBerry Messenger as well, because I know you were saying some wild things, but it is what it is. Now, something that I do want to talk about as well. This is somebody that I feel like has been cancelled now, and I feel like rightfully so. He should get what he's coming to. There is this man called Derek Johnson, if I'm correct. Derek Johnson, and backstory on him, I guess he's somebody that kind of offers he comments on, like, he's a social commentator. He comments on relationships and stuff like that.
He's a love guru.
He's a love guru, yeah. He's a love guru, apparently. Now, it's come out that he has had some issues within his own relationship, and where he has not been faithful, he's cheated. So yeah, he made a video basically detailing what he did, and his wife was there. And a lot of people are being outraged on the whole thing because, like, this is now somebody that was meant to be giving advice to other people and stuff like that, and he's fallen short himself. Now, there's a lot of interesting things with this. I mean, the first thing that people saw was the fact that his wife was wearing a bonnet. Well, it wasn't even a bonnet. Apparently, it was a beret. I don't even know. I need to watch it again. People were saying that it's a beret. But people were like, oh, yeah, it's like, he just dragged her out of bed and just said, yeah, come and do this video.
People are saying, man. The comment sections of YouTube, Instagram, I swear, the craziest, the wildest.
Very crazy. Very, very, very crazy. But yeah, now what I found mad about this thing is that, so he reacts to like relationship, like people's relationship stuff and all that kind of stuff. He does reaction to it. Now what I found very, very interesting and very, very strange is that now he put out that video with his wife, yeah, and then now he went to now go and react to that video in the third person. Ellie, I'm telling you, this guy went to go and react. So
I'm gonna say this for watch later. I'm gonna save this for watch later. I'm gonna save this for watch later. I'm putting it on my YouTube right now.
He went to go and react to it in the third person. I've never seen such in my life. I don't even know what that is. Yes, and it was basically like he was. Oh my days! You just need to watch it. You need to watch it.
Derek Jones, yeah?
Yeah. What's it? Derek Johnson? What's his
Johnson.
Is it Derek Johnson?
Okay,
let me make sure we found those.
Okay, I found it. Derek Johnson.
Derek Jackson. Sorry, I've been calling him Derek Johnson. Derek Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson.
Derek Jackson. Sorry. But yeah.
That's a weird way to spell Jackson, yeah? But hey.
No, I think that's just the short, the JAXN. I think that's
just say, sorry, with all due respect, yeah. Derek Jackson reacts to his own cheating confession.
What the heck is that?
Like, this guy's lost it, bro.
He's lost it. This
guy's actually lost it.
Do you know how mad that is? It doesn't even make sense to me. I don't even know what to call that.
There's nothing you can say.
What is that? What even is that? And you just need to watch it to get in the context of, like, it was just like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe what I'm seeing. Like, it didn't make sense. It's comedy. It's actually comedy. I couldn't keep a straight face. I was like, is this for real? Like, is this guy actually for real? But yeah, I don't even want to dwell on that for too long. But as a result of all of this, there's been a lot of like other like kind of cheating and relationship stuff that has been coming out recently. There's just, fam, I need to be logging in, signing and signing out as well
Yeah.
because fam. But yeah, there's been a lot of like conversations and stuff around cheating.
Yes.
And stuff like that. And I even watched a video that ZZ Mills, another social commentator, put out where she had one kind of, I don't know, relationship expert or relationship guy as well, and then a serial cheater. I don't know. I don't know how you even proclaim yourself as.
So he investigates, and he's a serial cheater as well.
Yeah. So no. There was two people.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. So there was one that does that kind of stuff that just talks about social issues and stuff, and then the other guy has cheated several times, and ZZ labeled him a serial cheater. And some interesting views were brought up. So first, the social commentator, I can't remember his name as well. He was basically saying, and this is not stuff that he believes. He said he hasn't cheated, but he was saying that there has been some studies to show why men actually cheat, and he like looked at the historical kind of side as well and saw that there's been in previous societies. We know that now is very monogamous, if I'm saying the right word. So yeah, but in previous societies, like years ago, and even in still some like indigenous and like societies like that, polygamy is still a big thing. It's still a big thing. It's just really in this kind of world kind of thing that you see like one man, one woman. And what he was basically saying is that number one, a lot of men haven't come to the acceptance of what kind of man they are, whether they can operate in a monogamous relationship or polygamous relationship. And that's the first thing that needs to be identified, because then guys get into relationship. And again, he brought this stat out as well that I don't like all these stats about divorce rates and stuff like that, but it was like evidence showed that monogamous relationships don't really work, because he's saying that there was like 50% of marriages don't actually work out. At one point they kind of get divorced or something like that. So something must not be working right, kind of thing. What's your thoughts on that? What he's saying?
Well, I don't know. I feel like just like, well, I don't know where to even start, but just on that point that he's saying there, and I think this is definitely a conversation we should have with other people.
Yeah.
I know, guys, we haven't had many guests, but don't worry, we're gonna soon come. Don't worry, we're gonna have that.
We're in a panoramic, Panasonic pandemic.
But yeah, I think that for me is one of the highlights of our weaknesses, and if I can say even foolishness as humans, because we somehow convince ourselves in most situations that if we have more of something, we will have less of the other. If we have more money, it will solve most of our problems. We'll have less problems. If I find a man, I find a woman, the right person, then things will get better. When in actual case, when we have more, that actually highlights our true character.
Yeah.
So just as the same way how some people think that, okay, cool, in a relationship, I know I need to change this, I need to change that, but when we get married, things will be different, things will be better. No, it's going to be highlighted more. You live under the same roof. I'm saying that from experience, and just like if you are bad at managing money, if you win the lottery, that's just going to be highlighted even more. So for us to come to even think about a consensus, a world to live in where living in a polygamy is better, you just think about it. If 1 + 1 is 2, why would it be different in another category? That's what I don't understand. I mean, obviously, everyone can live their lives the other way, any way they want to. But not with not deceiving themselves, thinking that it's gonna be much better to have more of something than the normal kind of core. That's how I see anyway.
I heard that.
I think it is, because even in a relationship, like women, they're naturally more emotional, whatever. Times that by 2. Okay, yeah. Obviously, for the main reason men want to do it, let's be honest, to have sex, more sex.
And that's what I'm going to lead into as well, because
exactly.
that's where the conversation even went. So then the point was made by both of the gentlemen that were on, and they were like, what do you call it? That women don't understand that a man can just have sex and not be in love with that person. Can just have sex and just have sex, and it doesn't mean anything. But women are more emotionally kind of tied.
Of course.
More tied to whoever they sleep with or something like that.
Yeah.
And
it's more what they hear and like, stuff like that. Yeah.
So, and then from that statement, the point that was made was that a lot of relationships are not defined. So people just get in relationships that, well, they just kind of build a relationship around what they've seen other people do. And they don't actually define their own personal relationship with their partner. So let's say, and that's why a lot of kind of monogamous, I don't even know if I'm saying the word like monogamous relationships don't work. Don't work out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't actually define it and don't say what they are and what's going on and how it's going to work between them. So I just found it very interesting because, again, like, I feel like that is very true to the extent that a lot of relationships, and if you even see with the amount of examples of all these big celebrities, there's so much highlight on the relationship. Everyone is so involved and so interested in what's going on in their relationship. And then the relationship failed.
Yeah.
So many people idolize all these relationships and they're just like, oh, I want that. That's goals. That's couple goals and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just like, if that is couple goals, that's couple goals for you. And this relationship now fails. So what's happening in your own relationship? Because if you're idolizing that relationship, you know what I mean? You're trying to build your relationship how those people made their relationship. So how's your relationship meant to be successful if their relationship was also unsuccessful?
That's quite crazy when you do it. That's wow.
It's very interesting, and again, I feel like this kind of conversation as well, this whole relationship, all of this kind of stuff, we need some other people as well. We need to hear some other views as well. Because
there's a lot of things that need to be cleared up as well on this stuff. People just no one's an expert. I don't think everyone has room to learn, but there's some basic things like come on, man, like really, even you that's probably watching and listening, and you listen to Derek Jackson, you know. Emphasis on the Jackson. I saw his name is Jax. Jackson. You know, some people are probably feeling let down. But okay, not to say that we can't look at people as examples and you know gain lessons from them, but you can hold someone to the such a high of a pedestal that you know, if they let you down in one shape or form, that's it. You know, like it kind of reminds me as well of one story my friend told me where I think he went to Selfridges and he bumped into Skepta, and I think he was with his daughter or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know if he was in the mood or whatnot. But he said that he said, I don't know what he said exactly. But, Skepta, you cool. But Skepta was kind of keeping to himself, maybe just to stay undercover or whatnot. Yeah. Some people, even that small example, like, this guy's not really who he says he is, you know. I'm gonna delete him off all my playlists. I'm gonna delete him. I thought he was the unsung hero of UK music. Come on, man.
Come on. And that's the thing. That's an important point because a lot of people don't realize that even these celebrities, even though they might have wealth or whoever you want to idolize, even though they might have wealth or popularity, whatever, they're still human beings. Because also I've also met Skepta as well, and on the day that I met him, he was cool. Like he was willing to even take a picture with me, kind of thing. So at the same time, like you need to realize it might have been that day that it was an off day for him. Yeah. And he also has emotions and he also has faith. Yeah. So now, should I now base my life based on somebody that's also could be going through the same thing as me? No, I have to work out my own life and work out my thing. Yes, I can take some examples and some pointers from everyone because you can learn from everything, whether it was a negative situation or positive situation, you can take something from it. But would I now base my thing on this thing and idolize this celebrity just because they're in the limelight? I don't think so.
Yeah, I think it's a bit mad to the way that sometimes, even subconsciously, we hold. Okay, it's true that with kind of as like Bible says, like more's given, more is expected. Like with more responsibility and a higher position, you will be looked at, under a more detailed microscopic lens. It's true.
In the powerful words of Uncle Ben, with great power comes
responsibility. That's correct. Shout out to Tilly. I know you felt that one.
Yeah, you felt that one.
Oh my days. But
I don't know how Jonah Jameson came back.
Sorry guys. I was gonna say, but at the same time, don't hold people to such a high standard where they will let you down and you feel like, they cancelled again. Let's go back to cancel culture.
Yeah.
They'll let you down, then you cancel them. You know?
Yeah.
Or like some people who, might not be open to admit it, but some people, it doesn't sit well for some people to see people in the public eye, especially who are for Black Lives Matter, who are for Black equality, having a partner that's, on the opposite side of the spectrum, who's maybe white,
Yeah.
And then they feel disappointed.
Yeah.
When, well, first of all, we're all human at the end of the day. But you've held them in such a high regards that, even in something like that, it's just like, oh, no, they're not for us anymore. No, I can't look to this one.
And that's the thing as well.
They can't speak for us.
Yeah, even saying that as well, because like even one of the people that they were trying to cancel, I guess, was Dave, because they saw him on a holiday with some some LA girls. So a lot of the picture that first came out was like with him and like Fredo and like some American YouTubers and stuff like that, and there was some like white girls there as well, and people just jumped to the conclusion, and that's when they went to go and start bringing up some old tweets and stuff like that, and they jumped to the conclusion and start saying that, oh yeah, this guy that's in his music meant to be conscious and whatever, and that thing, oh yeah, he doesn't even like thing. And then more pictures came out, and then majority of the people that were even on the holiday wherever were black, and then even now recently it's coming out that he might even be in a relationship with a black female as well. And it's just so funny how people's opinions are just sway. They don't even have the full picture, and they just be changing.
Yeah. Honestly,
you don't even know anything. You just saw something and you just come to your conclusion on something. Like it's a bit interesting, man.
I feel like sometimes I'm disappointed in us because we're the highest life form on this planet.
You know what I mean?
But sometimes our rationing is so primitive.
For real. So
Crazy.
primitive. That's the perfect word for it. Primitive.
So primitive that it's laughable, it's sad. It's a lot of stuff, man.
For real. It's yeah, man.
It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. And then people again, they get upset where they see they hold regards to, let's look at last year, the entanglement, Will Smith and Jada,
Entanglement, what a word.
Yeah. You wanna then cancel Jada or cancel them both. You didn't even know what was happening behind closed doors.
That's the thing. You don't even know. Even another example as well was Krept and his girlfriend as well. Them lot,
a lot of people were thinking
they were goals and everything and all of that.
Yeah.
And they were still like interacting with each other because obviously they're co-parenting. Like they were still interacting with each other for time and doing everything, even up to Valentine's Day. A lot of people like Krept was doing bits and doing all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, oh yeah, these guys are goals. But they didn't even know, not until like his girlfriend that they already separated from a long time. They've just been good. So again, you don't even know the full picture, and you're trying to base like your life around those things. People, live in your own lane, man.
Yeah.
Work out your own life. Stop looking on outside. Focus on yourself, man. It's for real.
It's very comfortable, man. Life is good when you do that.
For real.
Less problems. more
less
enjoyment.
things on your mind that shouldn't matter.
Exactly.
Why should I be thinking about somebody else's relationship?
Exactly.
Why can I not think about my own? I don't know, whether I have my own
exactly.
What am I thinking about somebody else?
Exactly. Because then when you find out that the somebody's life that or what somebody had on their plate that you were idolizing to have isn't really up to what the standards you thought it was, then what?
Yeah.
Then
what happens then? What happens then?
I feel like either you cancel the person or you just end up just feeling dumb.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Guys.
Weird. But do you think, kind of still on the kind of the topic, do you think that even with politics, don't want to get too political, but in politics, when we talk about cancelling culture, because it especially exists in that kind of realm, do you think it has a foot to stand on?
I feel
and
like
to what extent?
It depends. Again, I feel like when you're now talking about that level, so like politics, you're basically ruling the nation. So again, the kind of what's the word for it again? The kind of like not filtering, but the kind of process that you need to go, interrogation process. Maybe I can't remember the word, but the kind of process that you need to get, screening process that you need for somebody that's going to have that amount of power. I do think that it is necessary. So I do feel like we need to go and check, be looking back into like what these people have done in their previous career or their previous role or in the earlier life. Like we need to actually see this kind of thing because again, these people weren't trusting our livelihood in their hands. I'll give you another recent example, and this just came out. I think I just heard this story yesterday of a police officer that was basically what's the name of this actual society? But it's a racist group. Yeah, this guy like they found all the evidence of him, like his jaw, like Hitler moustache, basically kind of dubbed Hitler's face on him. Like like he's like one of these neo-Nazi kind of groups. Yeah, that he was part. This was a police officer as well that is being allowed into the police force that is meant to be protecting us and doing all that kind of stuff. So again, something like that. Imagine now you've got somebody like that entering power. Is a mausoleum. So yeah, I do feel like the screening process for people and that should be very, 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 very tough and rigorous kind of thing. At the same time, I don't feel like we should completely like if somebody else done a mistake or something, we should completely write them off because we are humans and everybody makes a mistake. But at the same time, there's still levels to this stuff as well. There's still levels to us. And if for me personally, if like your past shows a background or shows a trend that you have this a certain trait or characteristic, or you tend to do something or act out in a certain way, then yeah, you might have to be cancelled. I'm sorry. I'm trusting my life into your hands. I'm trusting my life into your hands.
Yeah, I think definitely I agree. There have to be, again, if you have such like responsibility like that, you will be under a more refined microscope. So yeah, you're held to a high regards anyway. In that case, but because no one's perfect, if you don't have 100, I don't believe anyone has a 100% clean record. If we knew everyone's life inside out, even what they do behind closed doors, so a bit of leeway should be given.
I've watched enough of these kind of shows, these politics and law, these kind of shows to see how these go and remove some evidence from the past.
Scandal, House of Cards.
Scandals, you know what I mean? Let's go and erase the past. No public won't even know what's going on. And obviously that kind of stuff is definitely happening in the real world as well. So I mean, you're never really gonna know how someone is thinking or what they're thinking really anyway, but I guess we can just my phone should be on silent. But I guess we can try. We can try. That's why I still believe that with those kind of positions of power, we need a strong microscope.
And you even showed me a video earlier with so it's still related but off topic. Even the video of academics talking about Sweetie. And,
Yeah.
Quavo as well.
Oh my dude, that is funny.
He's going off. Going off. Oh
For
my
real.
gosh.
He's actually going
Might
off.
edit it in, obviously. I'll take out the explicit language at the same time as well.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because just like you said, you know, with that relationship, you not with negative intentions, but come on, you know, we're not stupid. You saw that possibly it could be something to do with like marketing or to help each other's careers. Whatever.
I mean, that's the first thing that I saw from that. Again, I won't now come and voice these opinions out in public and stuff like that because I don't know the details.
Yeah, no, exactly.
But for me, what I would see, I saw somebody that is on at this level and somebody that's on this level, and then slowly, this person will come into this level. So I'm just looking at trends of what I've seen as well. A lot of these relationships, I thought like it was more. This relationship was more about bringing Sweetie's career upward to that level because again, a lot of people were calling her whack when she was there, when she was down here. For me, she still makes the same music. There hasn't been an improvement in the music, but now she's not.
More features,
female rapper, like wow, you got Sweetie, like oh, what does Sweetie have to say about this? Oh, what Sweetie said that oh, if your man ain't buying your Birkin bag, then you're nothing. Oh yeah, I'm gonna stick to that. I'm looking for a 6-figure. I'm sounding like what's this guy? Oh my days! Oh, what's the name of your guy, bruv?
From the guy, the roommates.
Not even roommates, guy.
Kevin Samuels.
Kevin Samuels. I've been seeing him so much more recently as well. He's literally been everyone on thing now. Funny mad, man. Funny mad. It just
we'll react to some of his.
Yeah. But yeah. For me, I thought like it was more publicity kind of thing. But again, I can't comment. I'm not gonna put my opinions out to the public because again, I don't know the details. But it's just come to show that the relationship wasn't as strong as what people thought it was. Yeah,
it's true. Sorry, off topic, but I found out that they were fighting over a Call of Duty bag.
I don't even know whether that was the actual thing that they were fighting over, but yeah, Quavo was holding a Call of Duty bag. I don't know what they were.
I don't know what the contents were.
And we don't know what the contents are as well. So I don't know what exactly was there, but we just saw a bag that was a Call of Duty. That's interesting.
I don't know if you know.
Call of Duty, send us a bag as well, man. We want to play some games. But yeah, it's just funny. Why are these guys always fighting? Why is it always in the elevator?
Did you see the guy that when the elevator opened?
Yeah,
he just did.
Because I don't know. I wouldn't get in there. I would get in there. I need to get to my bed. What am I doing? Imagine I've just finished work or something. I'm ready to go home. You think I'm waiting for you guys to sort your domestics?
Oh man. Oh, funny man. So funny. So funny.
Man. Another thing that I did want to speak about as well, and this was the sad story revolving around Sarah Everard. And I feel like everyone kind of heard about this story because it was very, very big on the news and everywhere like that. And it's a sad story, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail about it. And yeah, hopefully the family and the loved ones they're in a good position. But in short, she was actually attacked and killed on her way home, or she was going somewhere. It was at night, and she was attacked and killed. And this just so happens to be a police officer that did that, which is mad because we put our trust into such people, but it's not. Several examples have shown that they don't have our best interests at times. But arising from this, there's been a lot of like conversations and discussions around men and women and how they operate and how they brought up and a whole load of different things. I mean, the first thing I saw as a response to this case in Parliament was a clip on social media where a politician, she was saying that maybe we should give men a curfew, 6 p.m. curfew. They're not allowed out after that. And yeah, a lot of people took it serious. I just thought the tone sounded like it wasn't like a serious thing. But again, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, men should have a curfew or something like that. I found that very outlandish and very unpractical. It doesn't. That already just doesn't make sense. But then, yeah, even going on from that, a lot of people were basically
So
saying,
I'm just seeing that it's son saying all men should have a 6 p.m. curfew.
yeah, women should have it. Yeah, it's like
That's
yeah,
quite strange,
it's
but
a
okay.
bit mad. But yeah, I saw a lot of like people now, yeah, again taking to social media and basically speaking like, oh yeah, women should feel safe wherever, and I totally agree with that. Women should feel safe, and that I saw some interesting stuff like women should not be told where to go or at what time they should come home or do anything like that. Men should do better. So basically, parents should raise their children and their men to basically not do bad things.
Yeah.
I get that 100%. I get that, but for me again, I feel like the message, the message that I don't agree with the way some people actually put the message across because, like, for me, again, I would say no man or nobody needs to be taught that you shouldn't kill. You should know that. No man for me needs to be taught that you shouldn't rape a woman. You should know that. A man that rapes a woman knows that that is wrong.
Yeah, it's natural, it's instinctive.
There's nothing that you could have told.
Yeah,
that's the thing. There's nothing you could have told that person that would have stopped
Yeah.
them from doing that. So I don't feel like all men should now just be thrown under one kind of thing that like as if we're dogs. Not all men are like that kind of thing. Yes, I do agree that men should be taught, or boys, whatever, they should be taught
Of course.
how to treat a woman. Definitely. How to make a woman feel comfortable. Definitely. Because like for me, I was talking with like my brothers and stuff like that, and it was interesting because we all had the same kind of response as well. Have you ever like done something to make a woman feel comfortable? So like let's say you're walking at night or something and the woman is walking towards you or something like that, and you've kind of done something just to make her feel like she's more comfortable. Like for me, I'll just stop and let her walk past and do whatever. Or if I'm walking behind her, I'll walk on the side just to make her know that you're all good, you're all safe. I try and I do this thing, and all my brothers like they've done a similar thing as well at the time.
Well, I don't know if anyone's done this, but no, not really smart, but like a little.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, I'll do that as well. Just to be like, you're good. I'm not a threat or anything.
Exactly.
Just to make them feel comfortable. But a lot of women were saying as well that so women should be able to basically live freely and not have to worry about these things. And again, I totally agree with that. But then at the same time, there was another point. I was like, women should not be taught that they can't go out at this time or they can't look like this or do that. For me personally, I'm still gonna train my daughter that at a certain time or something like that. I don't know, whatever age you are. If she's still under my house or whatever, there's still gonna be guidelines in place because I know any man, a man is. Men are built differently. Men are built stronger, so a man can take advantage. And the thing is, no matter how much teaching you can teach somebody, if somebody wants to do something, they will do something. So it doesn't matter. So I'm still gonna put those safeguarding options there, and I'm still gonna tell my daughter at certain times you should be careful. If she's now older, like 18 or whatever, she's starting to go out or whatever, I'll say, listen, once it gets to a certain time, get a cap. Or whoever you're with should get you a cap or something like that. Me personally, that's what I do as well. Like if I'm with a female friend or something like that lives close to me, I'll drop you home and now go home or do whatever to make that person feel comfortable. So I just say that you shouldn't have to do that. Nah, man. I feel like both ways. Train all your kids to do the right thing. Really, don't say that they shouldn't do that just to prove of another point. And I've seen that a lot with a lot of like these kind of social issues that are going on now. That okay, yes, someone has done something, but then now they brand this little brand like everyone that could be associated to that character as being wrong for it. And I found that a big issue. Like this even takes me back to
kind of feminism comes
from. Yeah. And again, this even takes me back to like even the Black Lives Matter stuff as well. Like where a lot of people are like, oh yeah, all you people that are not speaking out or something like that. I don't feel like you should be shouting and saying, "Oh yeah, I'll punish you because you're not speaking out." Somebody wants to speak out about it, they'll speak out about it. I don't think you should be coming to them and say, oh yeah, all my white friends that are not saying anything about it. Yeah, don't be shouting me or anything like that. it doesn't make sense. I don't know why people always try and do that kind of stuff now. But yeah, I'll be talking too long, man.
Nah, I think even as you're saying that, I know you've mentioned it, but definitely action will be taken to actually get females here to talk about this. Because I had a conversation with someone regarding this. Even, you know, I heard that jokey thing. Well, I hope it was a joke regarding the curfew thing.
Yeah.
In an interview with the politician Sean Bailey running for mayor.
Okay.
With whoever it was on BBC News, and I had a conversation with one of my female friends.
Yeah.
About kind of what you mentioned of what we can do. Well, we're not parents, but what we can do as family of these women, or you know, even what women can do themselves in terms of like being cautious, doing their part. It's true. There is no foothold that any man can stand on to do anything of that kind.
Yeah.
But what they can do, but the response that I get most of the time when this conversation will up is that women shouldn't feel like they're doing that. You know, men should learn how to control themselves. It's true. We're not disagreement.
Yeah.
But everyone can do something to make it better. At, you know, in the same place. But it's a very delicate, touchy subject.
It is a very delicate subject.
Very,
really delicate subject. That's
indeed.
The thing. Very, very delicate.
But that one definitely is. Yeah, that one is up for discussion. To get down to the roots and see where it gets to.
The world is just very, very just. You know, it's a dangerous place right now, man. It's just you know. You were mentioning before we start recording. You mentioned Dr. Manhattan, and it's funny because there's one scene and there's like one iconic kind of comic book scene, and it's one of actually my favorite pictures as well. And basically, Dr. Manhattan, he moves to go and live on the moon or another planet, and he's basically just there like this in deep thought, and it's like men, it like that talking about like humans, like, and just how complex and how strange and how weird they behave. That's how I feel sometimes. I should just move to another planet and just ponder. It's such a deep photo. It's actually so deep. I actually get it up somewhere, man.
Shout out Elon Musk.
Hey, let's make it happen, man. SpaceX and all of that. Oh man.
Yeah, we very strange race. A very strange race, honestly. I actually think, even though I don't believe there are aliens that exist out there, but if aliens ever came down, they'd be very surprised at how we live.
Yeah, let me read that the quote. This is what he said. Yeah, let me show you the picture first. He's just there like that,
yeah.
And then like the next one, he's like that, and he's like, I am tired of Earth, these people. I'm tired of being caught in the tangle of their lives. So he just went, I moved to the moon. Do you know how funny that is?
That's so funny. That's so funny. And that's how some people try and live even on Earth. They just seclude themselves to the countryside.
I feel like I might have to do that. Just I don't know. All I know, I don't feel I'm long term staying in the West, man. I need to go and just chill. Wait, there's too much. Too much is going on.
Yeah, I agree, man. I agree. At least maybe a safe haven to get away.
For real.
Get away
for real.
Again. Yeah.
But yes, guys, that's another. It's been a minute, man. That's why there's just so much to just talk about.
Definitely. A big chunky one.
A chunky one.
For you guys to digest.
Yep.
But yeah, watch this Space More Stuff comments.
Yep.
If you're probably watching this, Easter just passed by, or is in the middle of Easter, so enjoy it with your family.
Yeah.
If you're here in London, the UK, the weather's looking okay now.
The weather was I actually went to the park on, what day was it? Tuesday or something. So many people, everyone was out. Everybody was out. It was mad.
People been out since lockdown last year.
Man.
But no worries, guys. Stay blessed.
Yep.
And thanks for, again, I just want to say, everyone that's left comments on the videos of like keep up and positive stuff, we appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Very much appreciate so much.
100%.
we just want to give you guys the content that we think everyone kind of needs. So
Yep.
yeah.
And
Ladies.